I take my bow and try to take a little bit rest. So I decided to come out this evening and just talk about what is really trendy and really disturbing me, as a person. So please, if you are just coming in, I want you to just try as much as possible to share the video. Just put your hands, share the video. Let have a very important time of discussion, guys. Okay, it'll be really really intriguing to tonight. Yeah, it'll be really intriguing tonight. Please just come as you're coming. Give us some likes, share the video. Give us some likes, share the video. Okay, guys, just share the video. Let us get interesting topics and a little bit very controversial next few days. And I'm really doing what I can. I know I can do to be able to pass a very important message to our people. So I believe strongly that we can be able to actually continuous oppression from the Connaught, the Fulani, extraction. And while I've been trying to speak to those of us, particularly from the southeast and the southwest, to understand that in order for them to have a very robust and well articulate succession or restructure, whatever it is, they need the minority on their side to actually do this workable. I'm going to say this a little bit before I go into my topic today. You understand that in the North, I'm going to read that. Maybe I'm going to read something somebody wrote, which is very, very real. That's the true nature of who General Muhammadu Buhari is. That's the true nature. And the person said the most intelligent person from the North, apart from Sheikh Usman Danfodio, is President Muhammadu Buhari. So when he just wrote that and posted that one to me, and I gone through it, I actually saw that's the truth. He has all the arsenal of Usman Danfodio. I want to also know that right now in the northern part, please actually just come and give us some likes and help share this video. Thank you, guys. He has actually very clear in all he has been doing to show that it's not apologetic. Neither is this sympathetic to the plight of the Middle Beltans or the Southern Nigeria. Check his body languages. Check his response from his aides. It's a clear indication he doesn't give a hoot about what he continually do what he knows he has to do just to keep his people floating according to the agenda that is on ground. Many people are not going to believe what some of us are saying, but that's the reality that is on ground, guys. It's the truth, the fact, nothing but the truth. Okay. Now, in the last few weeks or a month plus now, there have been a rapid or a continuous attack on the security formation in the east by what they tag unknown gunmen. It has continually, been on ground, and it's becoming a little bit worrisome and fearful to so very many of us. We decided to sit down and start thinking. I began to think, what is actually the rationale behind the Easterners killing an Igbo policeman? What is the rationale behind IPOB and ESN, Eastern Security Network, destroying properties built in the eastern part of Nigeria? And after I sat down for days trying to actually brainstorm on the mental, stability and capability of these people that are witness to creating stability, idea is actually going to. And I decided, okay, I think I need to share my thought with my fellow brothers and sisters from the East, from the West, and even the Middle Belters and even the South Side. So we all understand the grand plan. While I was doing this, then somebody sent me this. When I put what I was thinking of together, what I was putting up together, and what someone sent me, I was able to decode that yes, the entire thought all through the time over what's happening in the South is already confirmed based on what I got. Okay, guys. Okay. Now, first and foremost, I'm going to read what somebody sent down that will help me to actually explain my own part of the show. Okay, guys, just listen to this. I'm going to read it verbatim. Then I'm going to now go to my own point down. Then I will not put analysis on my point. Okay, guys, please, if you are coming to Nigeria World, please, if this is your first time, please just subscribe to our YouTube channels. Give us some likes. Share our videos. If you're on Facebook, please share the video. Give us some likes. Put your comments, what you think. We are not perfect. We are doing our best to actually give information based on what is happening. You can actually give us a feedback with your comments and your thoughts and your opinions also, which can also be read out during our live broadcast, just to give you an hint of where we're actually going to. Okay, guys? Thank you very much. Now, look at what somebody sent me. You're going to look at what somebody sent me. So, General Buhari understand that there is nothing called one Nigeria in any sense. It is only an opportunity for his nomadic Fulani kinsmen to survive and build a Fulani country using the sweat and wet of others legally or illegally under the guise of patriotism and humanity. Okay? I'm going to read that again, guys. Say General Buhari understands that there is nothing called one Nigeria in any sense. It is only an opportunity for his nomadic Fulani kinsmen to survive and build a Fulani country using the sweat and wet of others legally or illegally under the guise of patriotism and humanity. Now, understands that the South is treacherous and can be used against each other. It is only in the South, I repeat, it is only in the South we hear of the word minority. It is only in the south of Nigeria that our leaders, people like Olusegun Obasanjo, and many of these people still call some nationalities and ethnic nationalities minority. So they play on our intelligence. They understood who we are. They understood how vulnerable we are in sabotaging one another. Just follow me, guys. For the record, Fulani Semitic people are from the Arab stock. Fulani don't see black Africans as equal and will never be seen as equals. That's true. I told you guys before, I have come across a Northerner. I don't know if it's an outside Fulani man, but I'm going to say Northerner. I'm going to call him an outside man now because I would think all Northerners are outsiders, okay? I've come across an outside guy who told me point blank that when they were growing up, by their parents, they were told that the South are slaves of the North. They were brainwashed to believe that they are more superior than the Southerners. Until many of them came to the South and saw that the difference was clear. That the South are more in terms of knowledge, thinking, and everything, they are more superior than they do. Back there in the north, they gave the impression to many of these people. They gave the impression to many of these people that they are superior than we do. Okay? So get it very clearly, guys. The Fulanis are masters of deceit, chaos, and anarchy. Anywhere you hear them live in, there must be war. Go to Congo, there is war. Go to Guinea-Bissau, they created havoc. Chad, there is war. Niger, there is war. Cameroon, there is war. Nigeria, there is war. They are unable to actually get this kind of create this kind of havoc only in Ghana because of the stand the Ghanaian leadership, which is not of the Fulani stock. In all these countries that I've just mentioned today, the leadership of the country are actually of the Fulani stock. And that gave these guys this opportunity to actually do what they do best. Okay? The Fulani are masters of deceit, chaos, and anarchy, and they understand how to use them to control and further their interest. They are united in crime and good deeds. People are going to argue this, but I think this is fact. Okay? Anytime Gabashew comes up, anytime the other stock comes up, what do they do? They are always in defense of the Fulani stock. Even why they're the one that's actually victimizing other people. Okay, guys? So just carefully follow me, that I'm going to be done very soon with this. They know when to sue for peace and when to crush their enemies. This is what we don't get in the South. We don't understand these terminologies at all. We don't understand this pattern. We all believe that we are this very educated set of people. We believe we know it all. We believe that nobody can be able to control us. We have this mindset that we are alpha and omega because we have little money and we have some papers given to us, from the four walls of a log building called classrooms. We now thought that we are, at the top of the peak. So we don't listen to natural, rational reasons anymore. Okay. I'm going to give an example. I said something here when I was trying to deal on Olusegun Obasanjo's utterances of if Nigeria breaks, the minorities will be crushed. The minority will be oppressed. The minority will be exterminated. I got pissed off. I dwelled on that. Why will a certain leader speak in such a manner, knowing fully well what the Southerners are actually passing through in this very particular dispensation, or in the fourth republic of the Nigerian governance, that it has been bloodshed all through the way for the Southern people. It becomes worrisome for people like us to not understand what is the thinking, what is the mental, faculty of these people, thinking in such a very myopic, way over what is actually happening in their own land. Like I've said in most of my videos, one of the greatest problems that we are having in the South is this distrust among the certain ethnic nationalities. The Korean man is telling you, I'm not a Biafra man. I think yesterday again, Wike came out and said, we are not part of the secession agenda of the IPOB family. What is the reason? The reason is not far-fetched. The reason is just because the way and manner it is being presented to some people within the jurisdiction of Port Harcourt has made them to say, no, this is not about us anymore. Where is our stake as the so-called minority if we decide to fight alongside you guys? Okay? But in the north, they know how to play the game. They understood when to crush and when to sue for peace. That is part of the things we need to start learning in the South by our leaders if actually want to go far in this very particular, fight for the soul of our ethnic nationalities. Okay, guys? They staged a revolution using the Hausa peasants to destroy Hausa kingdom. That was in 1804. I think I also talked about this in my video. I think it was yesterday. I did a lot of analysis from the beginning to this point. I think I did that. I told you how, okay, they actually use the Hausas against the Hausas. And two guys, okay, it's back now. Yeah, thank you guys. Now, the revolution using the Hausa peasants to destroy Hausa kingdom and take over their land. They also staged a revolution in Oyo Empire by conniving with the Yoruba general Africa together with some Yoruba peasants. That was during the 18th century. How they conquered it up to Ilorin. Okay? They never, like that's what I said, they never actually fought a war single-handedly as being painted today in the Nigerian context. The Usman Dafono Jihad War of 1804 was actually won by the Hausa people of some part of the Oyo kingdom then, that then known as the Oduduwa kingdom today, was actually as a result of one of their own, General Foja, who with his men supported the Usman Danfodio-led, jihadists, and they actually took part of the Yoruba kingdom. I also said in 1967 war, they were not actually also the one that fought the fight, but they give room, they use the middle veterans. Lieutenant Colonel Yakubu Gowon fought that war. I also said here in this video that the guy who actually killed General Yarosi was Theophilus Danjuma and his boys. I also told you here that Theophilus Danjuma was actually the ADC to Yarosi. Okay? So they understood this game of when to use people to achieve their aim. So seeing what is happening today in the East, what's happening today in the East is as a result of the same thing. Hope Uzodima is being used today. This is how they play the game. I'm coming there. Let me finish this, then I'm going to deal on that. Okay? They took over power in Nigeria by using the Middle Belt generals to launch a counter coup against the Igbo-dominated First Republic in order to consolidate their grip on other ethnic groups in Nigeria. They fully understand power, unity, and they are master strategists. Yes, guys. Believe it or not, in 2011, when General Muhammadu Buhari then lost the election, they know how to be, they are very gimmick. I think if you listen to Gino Melaye on AIT Focus, he said he was deceived because he saw an elder, a father, crying in the public. And he felt that this man actually had a lot of interest for the common man. The woman was shedding tears when he lost an election, thinking he had what it takes to solve the lingering problem as at that time, which was even a mirage to what we are seeing today. That gave her to very many people. Even Dele Momodu said the same thing also. Many of these people actually believed in him. That is the way they operate. They are master in strategy. They understand how the game is being played. They play on your emotion just to get you into believing that you are on the same page. All they needed is to get to the corridor of power, then they show you who actually are. Believe it or not. Now listen to this. Buhari has appointed strictly Fulanis as security chiefs in an heterogeneous country like Nigeria. He doesn't give a hoot. He retires one, he brings in another Fulani. Believe it or not, the new IG today, Alika Baba, is not the most senior. Okay? They retired a 52-year-old guy, 57-year-old guy to remain in power. It doesn't give a hoot about what you think. That is the mindset of a Fulani man. That it was the mindset that Usman Dafoto used when he goes to people's kingdoms. He overthrew their kings. He doesn't give a hoot. He immediately put another king from his own tribe. Of his own tribe into power. Even when people, the outside were complaining at that time, he kept doing what he feels is best for his interest. What was he doing? He was protecting his interest in the future, which he also succeeded today. He has turned the indigenous people of Hausas into beggars and slaves in their own land. Okay. Buhari has appointed strictly Fulani as security chief in an heterogeneous country like Nigeria, built Barrow Water Port for the north. He has approved and built modern railway from Nigeria to Maradi in Niger Republic in order to integrate the economy of his kinsmen in the Sahel. He has also approved the building of oil refinery in his hometown in Katsina, where there is no barrel of crude oil. So sometimes I wonder how the likes of Opus Odima sit down. I wonder how the likes of Opus Odima will sit down. I wonder how the likes of Dave Umaya will sit down. I wonder how the likes of many of these people who actually support this man blindly will sit down, Rotimi Amechi and co. Even the PDP, political leaders in the South will sit down and see what is actually happening. And they will say nothing about it because these guys, they know, they give them money. Just listen to what this guy wrote. There was a lot of things put here that are so clear to every human being. Say, go to federal ministries in Abuja. Almost all the ministries have been dominated from top to bottom with Fulani youth who went to university through the quota system, while the certain counterpart with first class are in cyber cafe looking for scholarship opportunity to flee the feudal contraction called Nigeria. This is fact. This is fact. Check it. And those of you who live abroad, how many of these people are actually there in abroad? You don't get them. It's really sad that are running away. The country is working for them perfectly well. Anyone that finished school from the north, get a job in the GFA. Yes. Anyone that graduates from the north, who managed to go to school and graduate from the north, get a job in the GFA. But we the south will graduate, we either will go and drive keke nape, or we have to trek from Nigeria and go into Libya or Morocco and risk our life going through the sea, or we have to stay on the cyber cafe on every day trying to apply for one scholarship or the other, in order for us to run away from the contraction called Nigeria. Okay? Hear this now. NAPC, CBN, MPA workforce are dominated by the Fulanis. They are in all the lucrative and juicy positions across Nigeria in the last 30 years. In the last 30 years. So some of us Fulanize the nation, some of us say, no, it's not possible. It is. It is a gradual process. Go and ask the people of Turkey today. They will tell you how to get to where they are today. And I said something a few days ago that it is not about the Muslims right now. Get this clearly. It's not about a Muslim. I told you that once that fellow was coming in, he came with Islam as a way to cajole the people believing in his agenda. Okay? Just like when the white people came into Africa, they came with the Bible. The first people who actually came to Africa with the Bible, they were actually Christians. They were actually Christians, but they used the Bible as a way in cajoling the people into accepting them, and then they wreak havoc on our people, selling our people into slaves in order for them, they have a way of passing across their information for you to get weakened, then they will come in and actually come out with a true color. Okay, guys? So it is not Christianity that is bad, or is it Islam? Is it Muslims, the Islamism that is bad? But the people who brought it in bring this as their own culture now. They now impose it on you in order for them to be able to carry their ear under the disguise of religion. There will be no permanent secretary in the federal civil service except from the Fulani stock. The Sharia infested decree is a northern constitution. And for the first time, a Sharia lawyer is now the chief judge of the federation. And our leaders, sorry guys, and our political leaders, our sons, our legal luminance, I've not been able to say anything when a Sharia lawyer is now the chief judge. That is Tanko Mohammed. Go read his profile. He's a Sharia lawyer, not even a legal, customary, constitutional whatever lawyer. He's a Sharia lawyer. So he knows nothing about the law outside the Sharia court. Okay, he has disseminated the Shahid and empowered the Sunnis. We have the Shahid and the Sunni. That's what I told you. It's not about Muslim. That's what I told you. It's not about Muslim. It's about these guys use the Islam to cover their agenda. He has disseminated one Muslim group and empower one Muslim group. He's buying up traditional rulers all over the South. Because our people in the southern Nigeria, we are too greedy. We are too greedy in the South. We so much love money and power that we don't even get. We are ready to sell our people for a crumb that falls from the master's table. Okay? He's buying up traditional rulers all over the South while killing, maiming, detaining certain freedom fighters. Look at what is happening in the East today. They are being killed. I'm going to tell you some hidden truth right now when I'm done with this. Then we'll call it a day today. He doesn't want to hear anything like true federalism or restructuring, and is hell-bent in creating pure Fulani local government area for his Fulani kinsmen all over southern Nigeria in a bid to destroy the inter-ethnic cohesion of the southern Nigeria. We know of Ruga settlement. That was an agenda. When you give a people the size of a local government in each state of the federation, you just automatically make them to not create their own emir. Just what they have in Lagos now. I know they don't have one king now. A Fulani king now in Lagos. Okay, that was the agenda. That when they do it in the next 20 years, this group, and because they give birth to people, they give birth to children like no man business. So in the next 20 years, we don't give birth. We marry one wife. Then we have 2 children. Okay? We believe in the Western culture and the biblical culture of monogamy. They still practice the Islamic culture of polygamy. So a man will marry 10 wives, have 5 children from each wife. If a man by 2033 by 2033, these 50 children would have multiplied to 500 children or more. Why? And by 2033, the total number of children from that man would not even be up to 50 yet. It will never be up to 10. Because the children will also have 2 children. Or even 1. So, in the long run, in a few years from now, these people will actually who are becoming more than the number of people that actually own the land, who needed a space. We don't need a space to actually expand. Available land given to them will not be able to sustain them. So they need to expand. That's how they conquer people. Then when you not refuse to not give them that expansion, then there will be crisis. Okay? He doesn't want to hear anything like true federalism or restructuring, and his bent in creating of the certain Nigerians. To do this, northern borders are now more open for his Fulani kinsmen to glue the so-called Nigeria under the Sokoto Caliphate. As we speak, he has used oil money from the south to establish Fulani radio for the Fulanis, which is something that has never happened before. Today, when they were opening the radio, they said they're going to use the okay. Now they left them from Boko Haram to Fulani herdsmen. Now they call them bandits. The bandits we have today are actually Fulani herdsmen. If you listen to people of stories of people who have actually been kidnapped by these people, you're going to know actually where that actually the same and one and same people. Okay, they just change their name. The government helps you to change their name from one to another. But the people who have been kidnapped will tell you it is the same people committed the same crime. Okay, thousands of Satanans are persecuted. That's true. Shows no remorse for his Fulanocentric policies and continue to march on to disseminate his perceived enemies. And he was quick to prescribe IPOB. He was quick to prescribe the Shahid as a terrorist organization, but is very reluctant in prescribing, even when the International Terror Index has already prescribed the what is it called? The Fulani militia, also known as Fulani Headers, in the 4th most deadly terror group in the world. Also prescribed the Boko Haram. I'm very sure of that. He prescribed Boko Haram as a terror organization up to this point. Now, Buhari understood power, and he has done what no Fulani man in post can do for his people. He knows that certain political elite think along party line, while the Fulani elite think along ethnic line. He knows Southerners are malicious, corrupt, and they are sabotage. And he's using that weakness with ruthless wisdom. If you are a Yoruba and a Do, Igbo, Tiv, Efik, Ijo, etc., and after reading this article, with all these open facts, you are still shouting one Nigeria or still screaming APC or PP under the President's 1999 military decree, then you are the problem of your people. Now, this was what was written by one Kurumi Kakamfo, and when I went through that, I was a little bit astonished because he actually goes with what I have today. The insecurity in the East, the hidden truth. Guys, listen to me. In the next maybe 20 minutes, I'm going to be off from here, but I want you guys to listen. I want you to share this video. Let it get to Nnamdi Kanu. Let it get to the IPOB members in Nigeria. And let it get to every Easterner today. There's about to be a genocide on the East. Before I read this, let me also take you back. I love stories. I love telling stories. History for that matter. When the 1967 coup, the counter coup of July, came, Lieutenant Konojuku then was more educated, was a senior to Lieutenant Colonel Yakubu Gowon in the military, academically and otherwise. That they had issues that took them to Aburi. Okay? Now, in the Aburi there, Ojukwu was prepared. He knew what he was going to, because Ojukwu was an advanced, trained lawyer. Okay? Compared to General Yakubu Gowon, who was just a mere school start holder that went into the military. We all know what happens. You know, when you go to the military, you know, if you are from the north, you fly higher. If you are from the south, it takes you time to climb the ladder of promotion. That's certain. Okay, guys? That's why you always see them, or mainly 90% of the generals we have today in Nigeria are from the north extraction. We don't know how it happens, but that's the truth of the matter there. That's a story for another day. Now, when they went to Aburi, Ojukwu got prepared. He gave them and at the end of the day, the guy who was also the military supreme military leader of the Ghana government saw Ojukwu being prepared, and they had a proposal of coming back to practice true federalism, confederal system of government. Now, because Gowon was not too educated, he does not really understand what is the difference between true federalism, because they were still calling the Federal Republic of Nigeria. He thought it was the same thing, knowing that power will not be residing, within the regions, which will not give Ojukwu so much power to control the eastern part of Nigeria. Okay, guys. Now, when they came back, Gowon decided to actually make the brokers as agreed upon. But they sat on us again. We are being used by the North. And that's what I'm going to. We are going towards this. They told Gowon, if you refuse to make this broadcast, because at that time, the Western world, the United Kingdom and America was already having sympathy for Lieutenant Colonel Ojukwu. So the only way you can draw the sympathy away from Ojukwu and strike them is when you refuse, when you play into Ojukwu's hand. Knowing fully well that we sometimes, because we are educated, we think we know it all, and they actually told him, do not make this broadcast. Ojukwu is going to take a wrong step. And he did. The moment he refused making the broadcast, Ojukwu declared the Republic of Ghana. That become treason. And they swung on the northern, the eastern people. Today, IPOP came up. They started with no support base in the east. They grew. They grew in the east to a level today that every common man on the street of the eastern Nigeria believe in IPOP, led by Nnamdi Kanu, believe it or not, than they believe in the government of today in the east. I thought I was in Nigeria today. I was in Nigeria for some months. I spoke to many of these people, guys. Even those who are living in Benin, selling in those areas like Forest and Co. They believe in this very Kanu ideology of protection, that they believe in their government as of today. And the Fulani-led government of the Federal Republic of Nigeria knows this. Do you know, before United Kingdom decided to grant the IPOP family asylum, it is because of the sympathetic nature of the people, both at home and in diaspora, who are crying continuously for the protection of the Biafran people led by the IPOP family in Eastern Nigeria. So they knew that Nnamdi is beginning to get momentum. If United Kingdom decided to give them amnesty, that shows that they are actually having some soft spot for the oppression of the Easterners. Because you give an amnesty to people you believe are being oppressed, are being killed without no cause. You give an amnesty to people you feel do not have the power to defend themselves within a geographical location. That's it. You can say to people who are under siege by superior powers. That's when there is a war in any nation today. When it doesn't matter which nation. If you go to any of the countries in Europe and America, you are protected by the United Nations law. They don't need to question you, knowing fully whether there is war in your country. They automatically grant you asylum and give you a protection in form of residence. So when the United Kingdom called for the IPOB family to come, if they are being persecuted in Nigeria, to come to United Kingdom and seek refuge, that shows that the international community is already seeing the oppression being mounted on these people. And that was no more good for the government of President Muhammadu Buhari. It needs to find a way to clean up, to laundry its already dead image. And the only way you can do that is to make other people dirty in the face of this very particular battle. Now, what did he do? IPOB have been there for God knows how long right now. ESN has been operating since October last year, if I'm not mistaken, guys. And they've been doing everything to drive away, to protect their people. Since ESN came into being, I may not support the illegality behind it, guys. Get that? I've said that. But I'm talking about the reality on ground. Since ESN came into being, in the East particularly, there have been a drastic reduction in the activities of the Fulani herders. Believe it or not. There has been a very drastic reduction in the activities of the Fulani herders in the eastern part of Nigeria. Now, we woke up one morning. The protector begins to victimize his people. We heard IPOB ESN has attacked a military formation. They've killed some policemen. Tomorrow again, and no government. I began to wonder, killing, destroying, creating, tension in your region. It will always snow dive into what we call anarchy. And with the level of intelligence being displayed by Nnamdi Kanu, it will be next to impossible for him to have given such an order, knowing fully well it's already making a wave in the international community, and they are listening to him. Then I sat down and started thinking, what is the hidden truth behind the insecurity happening right now? Okay? Now, this is what I take. Number one, there is a grand conspiracy by the federal government and its agents in the southeast to create a state of anarchy in the east for military invasion. And I think it has worked perfectly well. They said, okay, since the international community is already praising these guys for the non-violence agitation, for their independence will create an avenue where it looks as if they are actually violent. That will give us the power. It will give us the right. Now, the international community are not going to see us as being oppressive, but rather we are trying to bring peace and normalcy to some part of the country. I don't know if somebody got that now. So I believe there's a grand conspiracy theory. It's a grand conspiracy to heighten the tension in the East in order to send in the Fulani-dominated military to the East. You're going to know the reason why very soon. Number two, the idea of insecurity is to increase military presence in the Southeast to reduce the agitation for a new nation, since the American, United Kingdom, and the EU are told the government they aren't interested in helping them fight their own people. Okay? You know, they wanted to see these people coming in to support them in the fight against what they call insurgency. Now, since that wasn't working, how can we be able to kill these people without them taking us to court, without them sanctioning us? We need to create a state of anarchy in that region. And what is the best way? Is to see that the civilians are actually fighting against the military, which in every nation in the world is tantamount to suicide. No nation in the world will sit down and watch civilians killing, maybe destroying military formation in any nation in the world. Not even United Kingdom or United States of America. So they're going to send down the troop to actually go and crush these people. These people will not be tagged terrorists. You get it now? So number three, the attack on security formations in the East will put the IPOB and the ESN on their toes. And they are not running for their lives, and by so doing, the SPM will be free to carry out the operation without hindrance. I want to tell you something, my guys, today. Has any one of you ever heard again? Has anyone ever heard again about elders in the East? It died since this unknown government started. Because the ESN today don't even have, they are running, trying to defend themselves. They're running, trying to protect themselves. All of it, they are hiding. That is a grand plan. That is a conspiracy theory. Number four, are you aware that it might actually be the Nigerian state that is sponsoring what is happening in the Southeast in order to declare a state of emergency? Are you aware that it might actually be the Nigerian state that is sponsoring what is happening in the Southeast in order to declare a state of emergency to take over the region? So that they can send in military administrators of the Fulani stock again. To now lead. You know, when you have a state of emergency, most of the time the person that take over the state might not even be from your state. Might be from another tribe. They might bring in the Fulani stock to take over each of the states in the Southeast. Number five, why is it that it is only in Imo State that there is this continuous attack on the military formation? Don't forget that Hope Uzodinma, the Supreme Court governor, came forth in an election. He was picked from number 4 to become number 1. I have never seen in the history of mathematics how can number 4 become number one. It has never happened. But in this case, it actually did happen. There was an agreement. It was being used to be a tool that will help in the quashing, the destruction, the victimization, the maiming, the slavery of the Eastern people. And it's working for him today. At the slightest opportunity, Opposite we sent in the Nigerian military into the East to kill the people. Also in the West, they have what they call Amotekun. Okay. In the North, they have what we call Haiba. In the North, we have what we call the constabulary police, also known as the vigilante. In all these three states I called today now, they do not involve the police. When they are finished with their operations, they take the people to the police. Now, in the East, after they created the Eastern Security Network, what is called Opposite went again and created another security network where he brought all military men into formation. They understand what they are doing, guys. Number 6, the last. They are doing the attack to paint the IPOB and ESN in a bad light to other Easterners, so that they will lose hope and trust in them, and then see them as the enemy instead of a savior, which they have been in the past. It is a grand plan. Now, when the action of a man begins to make life miserable for you, you are going to lose confidence in the man and believe in those who are not trying to protect you from their actions and the inactions. So they saw that the IPOB family in particular had gained ground in the East. So they had to pet them into believing that they are the one that's actually creating the tension that is ravaging their region. And having said that, they want to disabuse the mind of the people so that they will not hate them and get ready to send them out for the military men to take. So this is what I think there's actually the problem today in the Southeast security situation. Is a planned insecurity orchestrated by the same people, and today they are also victimizing the people who they plan to attack for a reason best to stop the agitation of the Biafra Republic, to bring about distrust among the Igbo nations, make debtors for a new Biafra nation. That in me that they are succeeding. Today in the East, you do not hear about the agitation of Biafra anymore. What you hear about now is the unknown gunmen wreaking havoc on police formation, killing Eastern policemen and military men. Silent. The ESN is becoming silent during this very period of time. This is a master plan to weaken the agitators and to make them fragile and fearful in coming out to declare their fundamental human right, which is enshrined even in the Nigerian Constitution and the United Nations Charter. The freedom of association, the freedom to live. Okay, and it's actually working. The same method they are operating in the West now. If you watch now, the agitation for the Oduduwa Republic has actually also died down. When they invaded the home of Sunday Igboho, they know what they are doing. The invasion of Sunday Igboho is actually to create a chaos in the West. But the West, having known very well what is happening in the East, they refuse to retaliate. Because they understood that the boys in Sunday Igboho's compound had guns when they came attacking at the middle of the night. They knew, or they believed, or they thought that the people are going to resist them via exchange of bullets while they were shooting in his home. All they did was to whisk Igboho away from his home, and that ends the entire brouhaha. And I want to say here, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the IPOB leader, and every of the Biafra leaders, both in Nigeria and in diaspora, you guys must, most of you are doing videos, see me Ekpo and co. You guys are doing a lot of videos talking to your people. I want to say, it is high time you guys start debunking, refusing, denying, not taking responsibility for the insecurity challenges that is in your state. Because it's actually painting you guys in a very bad light within the Committee of Nations. The truth of the matter is this: until we understood the game plan of this very, very crafty, deceptive set of people leading Nigeria today, who always fall a victim of their plans to perpetually keep us under the wings of their dictates. So we all must, as a matter of fact, rise up in order for us to have a better, more articulate ways of going out of this long term we will find ourselves today. Somebody said I should stop talking about the Igbos and talk about the Edos. Let me tell you, sir, I don't know who you are. Let me put this very clear. The problem we're having today is the disunity in the South. And Hausama still believes in the Fulanis, despite they have been oppressed by the Fulanis. If there is a war today, and Hausama will not take arms against the Fulanis, rather, now someone will take arms against the Middle Belters. And now someone will take arms against the East, the West, and the South, who have done nothing to them, rather than they're taking arms against the Fulanis. For the Edo people, or the Bendel, or the Middle Belters, or the Niger to get independence, the Biafra Republic, the Oduduwa Republic, must get independence. For the Biafra to get independence, the Oduduwa Republic, the Niger Republic must get independence. So if even these three states, we're talking about today, or these three regions, decide not to work hand in hand, we're going to end up. Listen, we are not getting me now. We are not, if you follow me, most of you don't follow me. You just jump on my show. If you follow my show, I have talked about the minority. I just told you that we, the Edo people, the Niger Delta, the Middle Beltans, we are moving on our own. That's why we are moving on our own. We need the collaboration of the East and the West. Just like they need our collaboration to succeed. Get it very clear, guys. And somebody's talking about Edo. Today, that is not about politics. We're talking about Edo as a state. We're talking about the entire southern geographical location, who is under oppression of the Fulani Caliphate. Okay? So what we're talking about now is not about a state within the Nigerian context today. Because the Nigerian context today, based on the 1999 constitution, is a failed state. It's a scam. It's a pure scam, guys. So there is nothing in 1999 constitution that we need to talk about. It's a failed constitution. It has brought us, it has taken us back 50 years behind from where we were in 1999 when they came to power. So I have talked about this in many of my videos, so I don't need to begin to repeat myself over and over again. So what we're talking about for us to actually move forward as a people, we must therefore understand the modern techniques in fighting for separation, either as a Bende or the Midwest region, either as a Niger Delta nation, either as a Biafran nation, either as an Oduduwa nation, or even the Middle Beltan nation. We all must understand that there is something that we must do in unison to be able to break the shackles of the Fulani Caliphate. If you were here when I started this video, I took you through the history of how they operate. One of the things many of us are doing today is the techniques of the Fulani people. They create distrust among ethnic groups for their own personal selfish interest. And most of us buy into it, believing that the only way we can be heard is for us to say, this is inconsequential, this is inconsequential. And the moment that is being done, then there is not a disunity among us that we cannot succeed. Listen to me, guys. Don't feel like there's Nigeria that have been in Nigeria before. If you take a bunch of broom, take out one stick of broom, it's easily breakable. It is easily breakable. Okay, guys? But when you take the entire bunch, it becomes impossible. Even the most strongest man can't break it up. Now, do you know that the brooms never works together? Don't know. I mean that brooms put together, they never work together. Brooms, go check it. They never work together. They work differently, but they achieve a common goal. Our division or our differences, our diversity in the South should be a tool for us to be able to conquer the people coming in and take away ourselves from these people. Listen, guys, let me also tell you something you don't know. If tomorrow the Biafra nation declare Biafra, if the Oduduwa nation declare Oduduwa, it will also make the Midwest region or the Niger Delta nation, as wherever it is, for them to declare their own state. I've said it before in many of my videos. So the entire thing you see today is like it's a web. It's a web that we can actually go from. Trying to make sure that the Biafra get their nation, to do what you get. We are iterating, making sure that we who are the minority in the South, not as in Nigeria Delta or the Midwest, as the case may be, depending on what we want, will also be free on our own. But if we continually saying the Biafran nation will not go, bros, we aren't going nowhere, guys. And this is what the North wants. They'll continue using that to oppress you. Listen, they'll kill the Biafra first. Yes, they'll do that. They'll do that. Then they will come to the next set of people. We do not want that anymore. We must unite in our diversity to fight against our common enemy. An enemy of my enemy is my friend. Have you heard of that adage before? An enemy of my enemy is my friend. That is the tactics of war. In the face of war, two people who never agree at all in anything, they disagree in anything, but only one thing that keep them together is because they are fighting the same cause. In that, they will use only that very particular stand to do whatever they want to do and live. An enemy of my enemy is my friend. In the front of war. So that is the tactics I am talking about, guys. I'm not saying Edo people should be under. We have never been under any region. I've explained that in many of the videos. Go watch my video I did some few days ago. I did a video some few days ago, and I talked about trying to disrespect the minority will not make these two majorities in the South to get what they want. You must respect the minority, which you think are the minority, in order for you to actually have what you want. I did a video on that. Go check that out, guys. Okay? So I've done a lot of videos trying to explain some of the things you guys are doing here. So I can't play myself back again. What I'm saying today is this. The issue today is to create an atmosphere whereby these same Fulanis who are actually the one creating problem today. Before now, sir, before now, ma'am, Igbo have never been our enemy. We have lived together. We have married Igbos. Igbos have married Benin's. I grew up in my father's house. My father had about 22 rooms here, 20 on the other side, about 44 rooms. And after that 44 rooms, I think we had about 20 of the rooms were occupied by Igbos while I was growing up as a child. So we have coexisted for a very, very long time. This old distrust that came, to Igbo today is as a result of the agitation, where they not decide to relegate some of us to the background as if we have no say. Not only the Igbos, the Zulu are doing the same thing. They are forcibly taking the security now. And other people within, the Southwest region, as part of the Duduwa nation, without their consent. This is the mentality of the federal government, created many years ago by that idiot, by that foolish guy, Lord Frederick Loluga, and his stupid wife, Florence. It was the mentality that was implanted in these people. Go to the North will tell you, and the Doma miss nothing. Guys, I'm telling you, I'm being frank here. Today we are inconsequential. Yes. The same mindset. This Wazobia, I talked about the Wazobia before, one of my video. The same mindset the three of them had, not just about the Igbos alone, the Wazobias, the Yorubas, the Hausa, the Fulani, the Igbos, they had the same mindset. It was created by this idiot, Loluga, and his wife. So that's the truth of the matter, guys. So what we need right now is there is a common enemy on the front line. Who is kidnapping us in Edo State? Who can tell me who is kidnapping us? Is it the Igbos? Who is actually kidnapping us in Edo State? Is the Fulanis. Who is raping our mothers, our sisters, our wives, our aunties, our nieces? Who is actually kidnapping us? It is the Fulanis. Who is shooting our brothers on the street in the name of militaries? Who is brutalizing us? They are the same group of people, guys. So it means we have one common problem which we need to deal with. The formation of unity does not mean we must join them to be brothers. No, I've been one guy who have never actually agreed on that. Go watch all my videos. That we must join to be no. But we must join us just like the way the Biafrans and the Duduwas are joining us together now to fight for their nation. We as the Nigerians or as the Edos, wherever we want to call it, we must also join as a separate body, but united in front to achieve our aims of becoming independent people. That's it. That is my take. Okay. So thank you guys. I love the what came up. My sister said, what about governor sending Nigerian army and Fulani to kill and destroy properties? Is that the way forward? That's what I'm saying now, my dear. If you were here from the beginning, I just said that is a grand plan. It is our governors that are actually stupid in the south. They don't do that in the north. They don't do that in the north. They don't do that. Bandits are killing people every day. They don't do that in the north. Sheikh Gumi, Ahmed Gumi, is going around saying, negotiating with bandits. Nobody has ever arrested him. They don't do that in the north. That's the difference. They are banded together with something, even when they have differences. That's what I'm crying for the South. Let's put this very stupid mentality of superiority aside and let's unite together and make something out of what we are actually passing through today. Every experience in life is supposed to teach you something, either good or bad. They are stupid. That's what I say. They are stupid people. They are quick to kill their people because of greed of what they're going to get from the federal government. You know, we have a very lazy system of government in Nigeria. Very lazy, where they go and collect akara every month in Abuja. But it's not workable in any nation. Which nation today actually does that? Which nation does that? That you go to the capital, the federal capital, and go collect check to run your state? Which nation does that? Which nation does that? In this present day, which nation does that? There's no nation that do that. There's no nation in the world that's trying to do that now. It's crazy. They are lazy. They are not even thinking anymore. That's what we have refused to develop. That gave most of them fear. If I talk now, this man will feel first, give me my location. They're all after money, guys. A councillor job become a councillor after 4 years in government. If they manage, you don't build us. How much councillor salary? If they will pay 140,000 according to what this man, what's his name, Senator Melai put on his wall. 140,000 in a month. What can he do for a councillor? Huh? They'll build a house. So the only thing, they sell themselves. They're going to sell themselves because they are making so much money. It's in the sense all about money, and it's using that because they know we're very greedy. They use that greed that we have, to actually keep us perpetually under their wings, guys. So, any more question, guys? Any more question? Please, you can put it on Facebook or on YouTube so we can deal on it before I call it a day. Just one more question, either from Facebook or YouTube, guys. Okay. At the essence of no question, I will say thank you very much, guys. We'll see you again tomorrow, God willing. Have a very blessed night. God bless you all. Let peace reign. Let unity actually reign among us, so we can be able to achieve our aims and objectives. Thank you. Have a blessed night. See you tomorrow again. Bye.